I've been doing is just, the things you hear you should do. But I think there's a couple of things that have helped. So I'll share those with you guys, just informal, like what's been working or what I think has been working. And then you guys can ask as many questions as you want. So I'm definitely not an expert, and I'm still learning every day. And as you guys know, Instagram is changing every single day. But I went from like under 4,000 followers to 18.1 thousand in the last like month or so. And it's actually converting into sales, which I think is an important factor. So just wanted to share with you guys a couple of things that I think contributed to that growth. So the first one is I joined, I cannot even think of the name of it. Brock Johnson and Shalene Johnson. What do they do? Insta Club Hub. I joined that, and the videos are super basic. And I think the most important thing that I got out of it was your bio and how your bio should be like formatted. And literally when I changed that, I feel like immediately I started having people actually fill out my form. And I was one of those people that like people never filled out my form, you guys. I felt like I was having to hunt people down to be able to hit Success Club every single month. And I never had people messaging me or filling out my form or commenting below for info. But as soon as I changed my bio, so I'll share with you what they recommended. Let me pull it up. Okay, so if you look at mine, I'm going to compare mine with this one, but the the template that they have is, let's see. Yeah. Okay, so first line is like your mission in, well, no, first line is searchable. So I put my name, like where most of us probably just have our full name, because I know that's what I had before. I have Jen and then postpartum weight loss. And that is actually a searchable line. So if people type in postpartum weight loss, my account will pop up. Or if people type in Jen, my account will pop up. And so that's the first line. And then, which I think that's called your, is it your title or your name on Instagram? And then the line under that, so the line right under that is a mission or tagline. So it's I help your target market with, and then their problem. So mine is helping mamas find themselves through fitness, motivation, and self-care. So that lets people know exactly what they're going to see when they come to your Instagram, or exactly what they'll find whenever it helps them decide if they want to follow you, if your account is something that they need. And then the line under that is credibility. And sorry, I'm getting over being sick, so I'm still a little bit short of breath. So it sounds like I'm breathing heavily. That's why. But so my credibility, I struggled with this one for a while, but I've lost 45 pounds at home with these weight loss programs. And so that's my credibility. And that's what I put in my credibility line, was down 45 pounds at home. And then the line under that is a call to action. So I have learn how to work with me and an arrow pointing down. And then the fourth line is your website. So I have my link tree under that. So when people click on my link tree, they get access to the form to get information on my boot camp, a form about the mixed bike, a form about coaching. But it's just very clear what people are getting when they come to my profile and how they can work with me. So I do think that that was a big factor. And I think that's the biggest thing I took away from Insta Club Hub, was how to format your bio. And then the other thing, you guys, is I started focusing on my niche. And I feel like this is something that I struggled with for the longest time. I don't know why I was so in my head about talking about weight loss, even though I am still on my weight loss journey. I was so in my head about it. I felt like I couldn't talk about losing weight or moms who wanted to lose weight because of anti-diet culture, and people were going to associate me with unhealthy habits. But like for me, losing weight has been the best thing I've ever done for myself. It helps me feel like me again, like I have energy, I can be present for my kids the way that I want to. And so getting out of my head and talking about who I want to help, or talking to them, has been huge. And I think that that's why my reels have led to people filling out my form, looking at my bio, and clicking on the link. So I talk a lot about weight loss because that's the journey that I'm on right now. And those are the reels that are blowing up. You know, before with reels, I used to post like the random funny mom reels, and I still post those sometimes, but like the reels that you want to blow up and the reels that are blowing up for me right now are the ones that are centered around my weight loss journey and my postpartum fitness journey. They're the ones that have call to actions. They're being shared and saved, and people are reaching out to me. So don't be afraid to talk about talk to the market that you want to help. And I always ask myself, like, whenever I'm thinking of content, what to post for reels, what to post for posts, is what does my ideal client or coach need to hear today? What does she need to hear today? And that always helps me when figuring out what to post. And the main tip that I have is use reels. I feel like I have been using reels relatively consistently for a while. And literally one day overnight, one of my reels blew up. It was one of my like weight loss reels, which led to like 4 or 5 others blowing up, which led to more blowing up. And now it's just like I've had 2 reels hit over 1 million views. I have a couple that are close behind it, and it literally happened overnight just because one reel with a call to action on it went viral. And now I have several that are blowing up. So, and this was like months after I had posted it. It wasn't something I had just posted. It didn't really take off in the beginning. And months after I posted it, it randomly blew up. And then now all of my like before and after transformation reels are starting to blow up. So keep posting reels, even if you're not getting the views that you want or the engagement that you want, like keep posting them. Don't ever delete them, and put a call to action at the end of it if it has to do with your transformation. Because again, if a reel blows up, do you want it to be like a reel that doesn't have a call to action at the end of it, or a reel that does? Because all of mine, and I will forever post call to actions in my reels now, all of mine that are blowing up have call to actions in them, which is why they're leading to people filling out my form and asking about my group. And my tips for reels, again, oh, are you talking, Jenna?
Yeah. No, it's okay. For those of you who are on here that don't know what a call to action is.
Oh, yes.
Is it's at the end of your post, some type of wording that says where they can go to get more information or how they can join you. It's giving them, it's telling them to where to go in order to sign up with you. So a lot of the times, and it doesn't have to be a big, crazy call to action. It can be as simple as link in bio, and that's where we always have that Linktree link where they can fill out an application in your bio, or message me or comment below if you want more information. So giving them an action to take in order to join you and do this with you.
Yeah. And I just keep mine really simple. Like I'll share my screen with you in a little bit and show you some of my call to actions at the end, but I just keep it really simple, like link in bio or shoot me a message for more information. And my biggest tips for reels, which again, I am not an expert, just these are the things that have worked for me over the last month, are using trending sounds. So when I am doing nothing and laying in bed and scrolling, I've started like being productive with my scrolling. So scrolling through reels and identifying sounds that I could use for a reel or a transformation video and saving those. And I've noticed that the shorter ones typically do better in ones where there's like a music transition. So I can do like a before and then an after. So trending sounds. And if you don't know how to identify those, whenever you look at the audio on the reel, there's like a little arrow that pointing this way, which means the sound is trending. And then hooks. So I'll show you a few of my reels, but I try to add text, and I tell them in the text of the reel, like read the caption for this. And I try to hook them so that they want to read the caption because that's the only way they're going to see my call to action. So try to hook them in with what you say or what's on your reel in the first like second of your reel. And then clear call to actions, which again, I'll share my screen and show you guys some of my like how I format my posts. And then whenever you're creating reels, just think of like what would draw you in, what would you click on, what would you continue watching, what would make you want to go read the caption. And that's pretty much it. And then as my following has grown, I have been focusing on connections. So it's been hard to keep up with comments, but like using my stories. I never understood it when people said that, because I feel like I didn't have the following to understand that I needed to be using my stories to connect, but using my stories to talk to people, because it's harder to keep up with the comments and the messages. But doing polls, doing question boxes so that people can ask questions, just doing things that like you would want to interact on people's stories, and sending connection messages to new followers. And then even in my stories, because I have people who are like commenting on my videos with their emails, which has been difficult to keep up with, but in my stories reiterating, like, if you want information on the boot camp, like fill out the format, the link in my bio. Those are my tips. Hopefully they're helpful. I'm not an expert, and I know that that's super simple, but main point is use reels, speak to your niche, and make sure that your bio is clear so people know what they are getting and how they can work with you when they come to your page.
Okay, so if you guys have any questions, and I think there was one already. Jennifer, do you use the particular app for reels, or do you just use your Instagram?
I just use Instagram. And reels don't have to be like difficult. I feel like, oh, my computer might die. I need to get a charger. I feel like for the longest time, I thought I needed to come up with these complex reels. But honestly, what I do whenever I'm doing my workout in the morning is I usually get like a video where I'm, showing my progress, like front view, side view, back view. I use those for a lot of my reels. And then just before and after pictures, I take them every single day. So I take progress pictures every day. So I have tons of like new pictures and videos to use. But that's literally all I've been doing. Like, it doesn't have to be complicated, or even doing like a workout move with a trending sound just to get new eyes on your page. I feel like I used to overcomplicate them so much.
Do you find a long caption does better, or short and sweet and to the point? I've been seeing like Natasha and Jess doing a lot shorter captions than.
Yeah, I feel like I try to do a mix of both. I am like a long caption girl, even whenever I try to be short with it. But I have been trying to do some shorter ones because, I mean, I think they honestly both do well. My ones that have like over 1 million views are long captions. But I also get people who message me and say like, you literally were speaking to my soul. So sometimes I think doing a longer caption will really like resonate with my person.
Okay. Do you record it through Reels, or just video through IG, or just your phone? That's a great question.
So it just depends. There's like, if I'm doing like a, what do you call it? Where I'm trying to match the sound on a reel, I'll record it in Reels. But most of the time, like if I'm doing my progress videos, I just record them in Instagram stories, save them, and then have them on my phone for later.
And it just goes to show you guys, like, like we take lots of progress photos, when you're starting a program, if you're brand new, take a lot of photos. Obviously, you'll want to take a lot of before photos because this is going to be future content. but also take future video. And I know sometimes it's hard to think like, what type of reels am I going to be doing in the future when I have that transformation? But even if it's walking up to your mirror or doing a 360, I don't know if there's any ones you've done particular that's very generic. You can do a lot of generic videoing, or even, what I try to do now is whenever I'm doing stories, I try to, if I'm like showing something in a mirror or doing a move, I try to save. You can save it to your phone roll, your camera roll, and without captions, so that I can use it for future film, for reels. And like she says, when I'm doing reels, if it's a talking reels, I'll probably usually just use the camera so that I can mimic the voice or the sound of the reel. But if it's a transformation reel, or if it's some type of transition, showing my transformation over a period of time, I will, again, like, take as much video as you can and save it into a folder on your camera. I literally have like a folder that's like for reels that I save future content for, to be able to use and add to sound. So, and I personally like having my filter on there so everything looks in sync. Once you start using a filter in your stories, you can use it throughout your reels or for future posts, just so everything stays in sync in my my colors, my video. But you cannot edit. I kicked myself. I didn't do videos when I took before photos. See, Jenna even said, trust me, like, I think so many of us regret not taking more video, because I know, and even just progress photos, like transformation photos, you guys take a day to try different outfits, try on different, do different videos, whatever you can to get as much content, because this is going to be future content for down the road.
Somebody asked, do you know if it's possible to edit the caption of a reel and go back and add a call to action? So in the like text caption, yes, I don't think you can edit the video, but if you wanted to add a call to action in the text, and like as you would a post, yes, you should be able to add one to the bottom.
I don't think you can edit reels captions.
Yeah, you can. I do it all the time. Yeah.
You have to like you have to like be in reels though.
Yeah, you have to go to the reels, like,
like in the reels,
and then click on the 3 dots and it says edit.
Hold on, let me try this. And then click the 3. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
But it like only shows up there. It doesn't show up like if you just look at your feed or like look at your reel.
Version won't even show up in your like squares.
Yeah.
Okay, good to know. At least if it blows up, you can go back and add that. But yeah.
Somebody said, can you explain what Insta Club Hub is again? So it's a, like, I don't know what to call it. It's a monthly subscription and I forget how much it is, but it's a website. I don't know if you guys follow Brock Johnson. His mom is Shalene Johnson. He's awesome. I love him. You should follow him because he has great reels tips and he always does trending sounds. So I steal a lot of his sounds, but they have like it teaches you about Instagram, and I joined it for a little bit. I feel like it was for somebody who is very new to Instagram. But the main thing I got out of it was the bio.
Awesome.
And then somebody said, I get a lot of likes in my reels, but not follows. So editing my bio would probably help. It would probably help. And then also just make sure that like in your caption, you're talking to your ideal person. Like, would you want to follow you based on what you're posting or what your caption is? And are you like pointing them to read the caption? I can show, do you want me to share my screen and show some of like my reels? Okay, can you guys see this? Can y'all see it? Yes, okay. Okay, so this one I posted today, it's very short, but you'll notice like in the beginning, or like I'm pointing them to read the caption. I don't know if I can. Okay, so really short, but it has a hook, points them to the caption, and then this, all it has to be like for a call to action is I'd love to help you. I'm accepting clients into my community this week, and I'd love for you to jump in with us, link in bio. That's it. Super simple. This was my like one video I have of my before video, and then daily progress pictures. And literally it's just like the same. I mean, trending sounds and call to actions, short. This one has 1 million views. So yeah, just using the same videos and trending sounds, simple call to actions. I don't know if that's helpful.
Yes, so helpful. Like, dang girl, and you look so good.
Yeah.
And also too, you guys, like right away, and I don't know if anyone else feels this way. Well, I don't have a lot of weight to lose. How can I crush it in reels if, you know, Jen has a killer transformation, you guys. But what if, you know, someone like me who doesn't have a big transformation, that's okay too. Like, this is her, I guess you want to go and explain how someone else who doesn't have a lot of weight to lose could still crush it in this?
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's so many different versions of transformations that you can talk about. I feel like it's hard because that is so much of what I share right now is my transformation. But I have coaches who, you know, don't have a ton of weight to lose. Maybe their goal isn't even weight loss, and they're still sharing their journey. I mean, we all have ups and downs in our journey. It's a roller coaster for all of us, whether we're trying to lose weight or whether we're not. I mean, sometimes I feel like, you know, I've gotten really close to my goal weight, which I hate saying, but I feel like as I get closer, sometimes it's even harder to show up with motivation. And just, you know, I think scrolling reels and looking at reels that inspire you, motivate you, make you want to click on them, like those are the ones to, I guess, recreate. I've done some that have gotten really great reviews that are about like discipline over motivation and things like that. So I think it's finding your voice, finding what would speak to you and inspire you, and then just sharing those types of things. And that's why I think like scrolling reels and doing market research is honestly has been so huge for me.
And just like she said, you guys, like you have to find like what, when you're scrolling reels, what gets you to stop and be like, wow, and heart it or comment on it. You know, for me too, my biggest thing lately is I love finding good, easy, quick recipes, and a recipe that look delicious or treats or, you know, meal plan approved treats, and seeing those reels like catch my eye. The other day I saw a girl posting protein balls, and it's like, you know, you have to find what's scroll stopping to you. You know, for Jennifer, that's her journey, and obviously killer transformation to share. But, you know, maybe you're someone like me who doesn't have a lot of weight. Like, find what is scroll stopping to you that's going to, you know, be that thing that is going to be all over your page that people are going to want to come to see, if that makes sense. So it doesn't have to be, you know, transformation photos. Yes, obviously those do really well, but what else is it that's going to be on your page that people are going to come to you for, if that helps?
Yeah. I think it's what inspires you will inspire your ideal person. So I think create a folder of reels that you can save, and as you create them and you see what does well, you'll know the kind of sounds that you want. Like I'll just scroll reels and I will instantly know what reel I'm going to create tomorrow just by the sound. Like, oh, I can do a transition here. So I think you just get better at identifying those as you create them and figure out what your followers an ideal client wants to see.
Do you get a bunch of spam comments,
I
Jennifer?
used to, but I never deleted them. I just left them there. I guess I thought like in terms of the algorithm, it was engagement. So I just left them, but I haven't gotten them lately.
Do you think it was maybe getting more specific with your hashtags and not just necessarily being like postpartum weight loss? Getting
Yeah, I just told me a long time ago, like, don't go for hashtags that have like 1 million or like hundreds of thousands of tags because you'll get lost in the feed. So try to go for ones that are a little bit smaller. And what I've done is whenever I have a reel that does well, when I go to post another one, I'll just like copy all of the hashtags I used on the one that did well and paste them in the bottom of my next one.
Okay, we're at 6 p.m. I don't want to keep you guys too much longer. One more question. How far in advance do you plan out your reels? I do them sometimes with audio isn't trending when I'm ready. Oh, when I'm ready to post it.
Yeah, so I will say I always try to be really good at planning out my content, but I honestly usually end up planning it like a couple days before, sometimes the day of. But I just go through like at night whenever I'm scrolling reels, I'm just constantly saving ones. And then when I am ready to post or plan out my post, I'll go through my saved and look at what's trending. And that's how I plan out like how I create my reels based on what's trending. But yeah, I've even had where I really wanted to use a specific audio and it wasn't trending and I use it anyways and it still does okay. So you don't have to only use trending audio, but it does help get it out there.
Yay. Well, thank you so much. And we will let you guys all go. I hope this helped. Give us, please, like, tell your coach, give us feedback if you guys want to listen to the Slay Squad calls 30 minutes before we jump into our call. If you liked that tonight, we'd like to know. So if we want to continue it, if you guys decide no, we're good, we just like our own calls or specific topics that you guys want to hear on, like that's what we want to bring calls for you guys, is whatever you guys want to learn. So please give us feedback. We'd love to hear. So I thank you guys all for joining tonight. Seriously, so good. Thank you so much, Jennifer. I'm going to go look at my bio. And if you guys need feedback from your coaches, like send over your bio or ask them to look at it and give any feedback that they can help you with in order to hopefully help with people coming to your account and following you. Okay. So
I have a graphic too that shows like all the lines. So I'll send it to you so that you can send it.
Actually, do you want to drop that in all the chats?
Yeah.
That would be awesome. I think everyone is in those chats. Or
okay. Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, cool. And share with me. And maybe I can share on my team page. Okay, cool, guys. Thank you so much and have an awesome Monday and the rest of your week. Bye.